Alright, let's work on some decimal division. So we'll start with a whole number in a decimal. So let's say we have 63 hundredths divided by 3. So 63 hundredths comes first, so it goes in the house. And we're just going to bring that decimal straight up in this case, and then just divide like we always do. 3 goes into 0, 0 times. 3 goes into 6 twice, which is 6. Subtract, we get 0. Bring down the 3. 3 goes into 3 one time. And I'm finished. So 63 hundredths divided by 3 is 21 hundredths. Alright, now we have 48 hundredths divided by 2 tenths. So again, just set that up like you would set up a division problem. So 48 hundredths comes first, so it goes inside, divided by 2 hundredths, or 2 tenths. So in this case, we have to do something before we can start dividing, because you don't want to divide by a decimal. So you're going to move that decimal one time to make it 2, and then do the same thing on the inside. So if that looks kind of messy to you, you can rewrite it. So it's going to be 4 8 tenths divided by 2. And then you're just going to bring that decimal straight up and then divide like normal. 2 goes into 4 twice, which is 4. Subtract, we get 0. Bring down the 8. 2 goes into 8 4 times, which is 8. And our answer is 2 4 tenths. Alright, so let's practice a couple more. So we got 4 75 hundredths divided by 2 tenths. So 4 75 hundredths comes first. Again, we have a decimal in our problem, so we need to move it. So now you have 47 5 tenths divided by 2. Then just start dividing. 2 goes into 4 twice, which is 4. Subtract, you get 0. Bring down the 7. 2 goes into 7 3 times, which is 6. Subtract, I get 1. Bring down the 5. 2 goes into 15 7 times, which is 14. Subtract, add a 0 placeholder. We don't want remainders in middle school math, so we're going to keep dividing until we don't have a remainder within reason. Sometimes you will end up just rounding, but for the most part you just keep dividing until you get an answer. So 2 will go into 10 5 times, which is 10. And I didn't bring up my decimal, so I'll do that now. So I get 23 75 hundredths. So 4 75 hundredths divided by 2 tenths would be 23 75 hundredths. Alright, let's do one more example. So in this one, I got 8 tenths divided by 22 hundredths. So the 8 tenths goes on the inside, and the 22 hundredths goes on the outside. So this time I got to move my decimal twice to get a whole number. So that would be 22. So I move it twice on the outside, move it twice on the inside. So that would be 80. So now I have 80 divided by 22. So 22 will go into 80 3 times. Which is 66. Borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. 7 minus 6 is 1. So now I add a decimal, bring it up, and add a 0 placeholder. So 22 into 140. It'll go in there 6 times. So 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. Oops, I made a mistake. That should be 13, not 14. And it's not letting me fix it. 13, so it'll be 132. So I got 140 minus 132, which would be 8. Add another 0, bring it down. I get 80. And 80 is what I started with, so this is just going to start repeating. Anytime you get an answer in your division that's what you started with or what you already had as an answer, you know it's going to start repeating. So this is just going to be 3, 6, 3, 6 on forever. And you can stop dividing at that point and just round. So we're going to round to the hundredths, so that's 6. Tells the 3 to round up. So this is going to be about 3 and 6400. So that's a case where you want to keep dividing until you find a pattern or it repeats or it ends. In this case, it's repeating, so we can just stop and round at that point.